So what is up, guys? It's Aster the Hybrid Floof, owner of Retro Jerkpack Productions, and today we're diving into the Gran Turismo 3 Beginner League for the one and only Legend of Silver Era, a race series that sounds majestic, but let's be honest, it's mostly just me suffering in style. Now, on paper, this should be a smooth and professional showcase of three iconic tracks, but knowing me and all my friends, it's about to spiral into pure chaos. Also, if you are new here, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications if y'all want to be updated on my latest YouTube videos, but let's get into the tracks. So first up, we got Test Court, the track that is literally two corners and the whole lot of holding X. It's like watching paint dry, but the paint's doing 230 miles per hour. Then we have Trial Mountain Reverse, where every turn feels like it's personally offended by your driving skills. You think you mastered the normal version, surprise, now everything is backwards. And so are your hope and dreams. And finally, we wrap it all up at Rome Circuit Reverse, but nothing stays fun like driving through tight Italian streets backwards at full throttle with zero survival instincts. And of course, you are with your typical opponents again, which is the Mercedes-Benz CLK 55 AMG, the Mercedes-Benz SLK 230 compressor, and the Mercedes-Benz CL600. And this is the easier race because in the previous one we did the Amateur League and got the CLK GTR. Not CLK GTR, but we got the CLK race car. And this makes the race a whole lot easier when you're using that specific car because it's a race car. Come on now, it's gonna dominate over every single other car that's in this race. But without any further ado, let's dive right into the first race, the most boring one out of all of them, Test Course. Alright, so we are officially kicking it off with one of the most boring and mundane tracks ever, which is the infamous Test Course. And I know I keep repeating myself on it, but what else do you want me to say? It's just a giant oval with two turns only. And it's basically just like a giant NASCAR track, honestly. But let's just begin with the race, honestly. And we are off. CLK 55 AMG race car guides off like a missile, and it overtakes all the cars with ease, almost like a knife through butter. And we are going to be hitting 220 miles per hour in this car. Honestly, I don't even know if this car can hit 220 miles per hour, but I guess we'll see later in the video if it can actually reach that top speed of 220 miles per hour. So let me know in the comments if you think this will reach 220 miles per hour or not. Honestly, this track is like a caffeine-free energy drink. It exists, it technically works, but you're mostly questioning your life choices halfway through lap 1. And to add on top of this nonsense, this was the only Gran Turismo series to actually implement this track outside of, like, you know, if you want to test the track or not. This was the only game that really implemented that. I mean, it could be somewhere else. I genuinely do not know, but in Gran Turismo 4, which is the sequel to this game, I know that they still had the track, but it was only like a test track, which I kind of wanted it to be with this track in this game, because it's just boring. No one wants to do this track. Like, I keep reiterating it so much. I have genuine frustration with this track. It's almost like me and this track have beef with each other. Alright, we are officially into the final lap, which is lap 2 of this race. And, yep, we're still in a straight line. This is basically Gran Turismo's version of a highway simulator. I feel like I should be paying tolls right now, honestly. Also, I did not see this car hit 220 miles per hour. I think the top speed I hit was like a little over 200 miles per hour. So let me know in the comment section if y'all got that right from earlier about if y'all think it would hit over 220 miles per hour. And we have officially finished the race. And honestly, as I said, I'm still bored because this is the type of race that can put you to sleep, honestly, or make you want to read a book or do anything else besides doing this race. But anyways, we got that one out the way. This was almost like pulling teeth, but let's get right into our next race, which will be at Trial Mountain Circuit Reverse. Right, here we are, folks. Trial Mountain in Reverse, aka the track that punishes overconfidence and rewards precision, or in my case, rewards chaos and prayers. Alright, so now we are snaking through the mountain tunnels. The car feels tight, responsive, but those elevation changes, absolute nightmares. The car suspension is doing gymnastics right now, especially with the downward curve into this tunnel, because if you go down that fast and then you come back up so quickly, I guarantee you in real life your bumper is going to fall off and the insurance is going to go skyrocket high, so don't try this at home. Alright, so we are officially on lap 2, and as you can see right ahead of me, we are going into the right, and then we are going down the hill again. Let's hope our bumper doesn't fall off. And we into the tunnel we go. And then we make that right-hand turn at the end of the tunnel just to be followed by yet another tunnel. But hey, at least we are getting the hang of the track, and this track is just an interesting track in general. I mean, who knew that Nevada would have forests like this, honestly? I wasn't expecting Nevada to have a forest like this, because when you think of Nevada, you instantly think of Las Vegas. Like, very airy desert, like dry heat. And with that, that concludes our second race. Now, we are going to be finally moving on to our last race, which is the big finale, which takes place at Rome Circuit Reversed. So let's just dive right into it. And finally, here we are, the final race of this, not championship, but single race series, Rome Circuit Reversed. And it's looking pretty sunny outside, I'm not gonna lie, but don't be fooled by this track's glamorous appearance, because one wrong move and you're gonna be meeting with the pavement, flying off the track, or become one with the Roman architectures such as the Colosseum. So be careful of how you drive on this track, and I wish you all the best of luck. So, yeah. Alright, so it seems like everything is going pretty smoothly in this race. No issues whatsoever so far. I mean, just look at how scenic the view is. You're talking about a city that's been around for at least 2,000 years, maybe more. I mean, I'm just admiring all the Roman architecture here, from the buildings to the Colosseum that we are about to run upon in a moment, to the even to the roads itself. Everything is just iconic. So, but remember, focus on the race. You cannot be looking at that for too long, otherwise, as I said, you'll end up one with the Roman architecture, and we do not want that. Alright, so moving on to lap 2, we had a pretty smooth rev with lap 1, so let's see if we can replicate it with lap 2. Honestly, I'm having pretty high hopes for this race, especially since I'm using the Mercedes-Benz CLK race cars, so I would win by a landslide. And this isn't even an upgraded car, this is still pure stock, so even with the 490 something horsepower this car is outputting, it's still dominating over every single other car because of the racing parts that it contains. And with that, my friends, that completely concludes the Legend of the Silver Arrow series. I know I started it in reverse and did the Amateur League first, followed by the Beginner League, but who's really caring about that? Unless if you have OCD or something like that, but this has been a really nice run. I mean, we got to use a lot of nice Mercedes vehicles in the process, race up against high-end luxury European export vehicles, so there's really not that much for me to complain about. But anyways, I've been your host, Aster the Hybrid Floof, owner of Retro Jetpack Productions, and I will see y'all guys in the next one. And as I always say, y'all keep drifting, stay safe out there, and be you. Honestly, be you. So yeah, bye.